First of all, I was there that night. I was with Suge.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
So when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it?
Who killed Tupac Shakur, the 25-year-old rapper, considered one of the most influential artists of all time, was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on one count of murder with a deadly weapon in relation to the killing.
Katt Williams didn't shout when he talked about Tupac. He went quiet. What he said wasn't an accusation. It was something else. A truth that survived by never making it to camera. When Netflix released its documentary on Diddy, some moments made the cut, others got trimmed, and one perspective never made it in at all. The question now isn't what happened to Tupac. It's why certain stories are still too dangerous to tell.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
For those who are celebrating this year, yeah.
All right, well, let's get right into it. All right, I'm gonna count it down, and we're gonna start from there. I'm gonna go
Sure.
3. Are you ready? All right, in 3, 2. Real life street stars, man. We are back once again. The woman with the plan, the Jaganator, the Jag Squad, Mrs. Jaguar. Right. Welcome back.
Hey. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, and Jack, I don't know if this
How
is
are the days going for you guys since you asked?
cold. Yeah, it's cold. We got to deal. We got that Philly weather. We got that Philly weather down here, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it.
That's insane. I remember when I first moved to Dallas, the first Christmas we had, it was like 68 degrees, 70 degrees. And I was like, see, this is awesome. A Christmas you can barbecue on. So, yeah.
We call that freezing down here. Yeah, I'll tell you. Horrible. Jack, I don't know if it's a time to celebrate or a time to mourn, because we have a documentary that's trending #1 on Netflix, where we have a black man executive producing the downfall of another black man.
Is that what we're calling it?
I mean, that's how some people are looking at this thing. Or it might be looked at as a vindication, but that's why we're here. We're gonna have a conversation, man. This Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the 50 Cent Diddy doc. First and foremost, we've been talking about this thing, Jack, for going on 2 years now, and once again, thank you for even being, I guess you could say, a beacon during this whole conversation, as far as kind of spreading light on a lot of things that go down in the industry that, you know, the normal person may not even see or hear about, that happens in the day-to-day. Did you really think 50 Cent, when he first mentioned it, that there was an actual documentary being worked on?
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like, my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like, the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
That makes sense.
So it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting.
The controversy isn't about what Netflix showed. It's about what they left out. A clip involving Katt Williams speaking on Tupac Shakur, silence, and proximity to power was reportedly removed from the final documentary. In a project marketed as comprehensive, leaving something out is its own kind of statement. What stays visible shapes how the public remembers. What gets cut quietly redefines who gets held accountable. When a documentary edits itself, the real question isn't about the content anymore. It's about who controls what the audience is allowed to see.
The 1996 Soul Train Awards, man, y'all had 2 run-ins with Tupac and Suge Knight at that award show, right? One outside the award show and one inside the award show. I think the one outside the award show, Tupac and Suge, they pulled up in a red Hummer and Tupac got out and he started yelling at Biggie. And you said somebody named C. Gutter pulled out a gun on Tupac. And I think the one inside the award show, you said that y'all seen Tupac and Suge, and when you look to the side of you, Puffy disappeared. And I did an interview with Napoleon, and he told me that Tupac told him that when Puffy seen him, he ran. And I think Napoleon told me that Puffy ran inside a tour bus. That's what Tupac told him. So from your point of view, man, what happened?
Well, you're talking about the 96 Soul Train and the 97 Soul Train. The 96 Soul Train Awards, right? One of the officers, and I'm just gonna call him Bun, he was at the 96 Soul Train Awards with me, and he was right next to Big. And this is based on his accounts, right? Now this guy is a decorated, he's a decorated officer, been an officer for over 30-some years. And if I'm gonna believe somebody, I'm gonna believe what he tells me. You understand? And I've been knowing him since '86. So now, he tells me, cause we're riding back in the limousine with Puff now, cause Big and them left him out there. He told me, as far as Pac came over there talking about, nah, what, West Side and all this other shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And a woman walked past Big. And when this woman walked past Big, she said, oh, now, Tupac is here. He said, Ma, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of him. You understand? And he said, Pac started saying, now what, you fat motherfucker, like that. And Big started saying, what, you know what I'm saying, went back and forth like that. Now, Suge Knight and them, they coming towards. And he said, for no reason, well, you know, you don't know what Suge gonna do, you don't know what, but C. Gutter pulls out the gun. When C. Gutter pulled out the gun, the Nation of Islam got in the middle of it, and they stopped all the bullshit. I don't know if Suge seen the gun or not. I don't know. But even C. Gutter, when he got out of jail, he went on another platform and he said, yeah, I pulled the gun out on Suge. He said it himself. You understand? There were stories that going around saying Keefy D did it. Keefy D wasn't even with us at the time. So now, me and Puff, here's the altercation over the radio.
Katt Williams isn't an industry outsider. He's an insider who refused to enter the most protected room. Over the years, he's talked about turning down money, access, and connections that came with being close to power. His silence wasn't absence, it was control. In a world where participation often means compliance, what does it mean when someone chooses distance instead? And when that person finally speaks, how much weight should their words carry?
Be a king until you've made yourself, until you've done something. And I've accomplished my goals. My goals are set out to make me a man. Now I feel like I'm a man now. I set out goals to make me a king. Now I'm not a king of anybody else but me. You know, nobody else is under my rule but me and my kids. You know what I mean? But I made myself into a king. Now I need a queen to be happy so that I can be a teacher and a father. I can't be that until I find a queen. So I'm stuck.
Tell you what to do, what to get.
Hey man, bring my little homie home. He is not old enough to hang out with you. What? I was home. I went to the gas station to wait for y'all. Y'all kept going. So then I went behind you and kept going behind you. When I came behind you, you already went to your house. When I came into my house, what you saying? Huh? At your house.
In a 1995 interview, Tupac Shakur said something that still echoes today, not because of what he revealed, but because of what he held back. He mentioned proof but refused to go public with his claims. His words were careful, measured, more legal than emotional.
Oh, you did? You ain't see it? You ain't see me turn that. Excuse me. Sit my little homie home. Put him in the cab or something. I'm doing that at 2 o'clock. Alright? Yeah. Yeah. What? The interview? Right. Yeah. Yeah. Out here too, I think, on 106. So, can you send a nigga home? You want me to tell him that? I will tell him that. I'll put that in the interview. So, can you send him home? Huh? Come on, man. The battery's just running out. Cause, man, we got some work to do. You know I gotta go back to the movie set tomorrow. I don't got but today to work with their ass. Yeah, I'm trying to rush the studio. So can you handle that for me, please? All right, stop bullshit, man. Put him in the cab. I know you smoking on your keys. You did your fucking cash, bro. But send a nigga home. All right. Now he don't know how to drive. Don't give him no car. Just put him in the cab.
This wasn't someone guessing. This was someone weighing risk. When a person known for confrontation suddenly chooses restraint, does that mean uncertainty? Or does it mean they understood consequences that went beyond themselves?
You heard from Suge?
Yes.
How's he holding up?
Well, first of all, I was there that night. I was with Suge.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
So,
shout outs to the nobodies of the world.
You're predicting this is going to be a nobody situation?
I'm making no predictions whatsoever. I'm saying the police said they arrested the shooters, then said they didn't arrest the shooters. But I was there, so I know that 20 minutes after people were laying down on the ground shot, no police had entered the club yet.
Katt Williams keeps saying the word nobody, not as a joke, as a critique. By connecting Tupac, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King Jr. through the same unresolved lack of accountability, he's reframing violence, not as isolated incidents, as a pattern.
Did Suge do anything to provoke this, or?
Nobody in the world has ever provoked themselves being shot.
That's true.
There's only two ways to get shot. Either you believe you're somewhere where a person can't have a gun, therefore making you safe, you know, like an airport or a club that restricts entrance, and a situation where the person already has the gun out and you're standing in front of somebody. Now, if you're an idiot, you can believe this was about Suge Knight, but Suge Knight has been accessible every day of his life for 20 years. We know who it was aimed at, we know whose life he saved, and we know why they won't talk about it. But now the rumor mill would tell you, yeah, see, the same thing Suge was doing to Katt, he was trying to do to Chris. They're forgetting something. Suge has never managed me.
What about the reports that this was gang-related, that these were two gang members that thought they did it in spite of Tupac?
If it was gang-related, then why didn't it happen thoroughly? You see, there's parts of this story that just don't seem to make sense.
Right.
You're saying it was gang related, so that means somebody's gang was shooting at somebody's gang, and then somebody's gang didn't shoot back.
The implication is disturbing. When no one is held responsible, power stays untouched. If accountability dissolves into abstraction, who benefits most from that disappearance?
Who killed Tupac Shakur, the 25-year-old rapper, considered one of the most influential artists of all time, was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on one count of murder with a deadly weapon in relation to the killing. DJ Vlad, a major commentator in the hip-hop industry for years, admitted that police in Las Vegas asked him to help their investigation after he interviewed Keefe D. for his own show. And DJ Vlad joins me now.
Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
Oh, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
So Orlando shot him across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, he rolled down the window, popped. They was drove on my side, I was popped. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
Well, DJ Vlad joins me now. DJ Vlad, thank you very much indeed for joining the show.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
I know you've studied this case for so long, and these interviews that you did with Keefe D, they've turned out to be extremely significant in this investigation, leading, in fact, to him being arrested and indicted. When you heard that news, how did you feel?
Well, I mean, the goal wasn't really to get anyone arrested. It was really just to get the truth of the matter. The story about Orlando Anderson killing Tupac, I've known since around 2007. So this was essentially the worst kept secret in LA. Everyone knew about it, but there were no arrests, there was no convictions, there was no anything, there was no actual proofs. There was a lot of conspiracy theories around it. So around 2008, when I first heard the Keefe confession tapes that Greg Kading got, then I found out there was a book that was about to come out. I got a hold of Keefe D and his co-writer, and we scheduled an interview, and we just went from there.
I mean, he appears to have incriminated himself in this interview, certainly the last one. Did you believe he was doing that as you interviewed him?
Well, I think that he believed that he had a level of immunity when he did the proffer agreement. I think at the time he was saying that he had cancer, so maybe he didn't think he had much time to live. So he was just kind of letting it loose at that point. But it was a little bit crazy that he actually sat down and we did everything. And when I asked him about it, sometimes he would try to dodge certain questions, but ultimately I used the book as a blueprint. So whenever a question wouldn't get answered, I said, well, the book said X, Y, and Z. And then at that point, he kind of went along with what was written in the book.
The implication is disturbing. When no one is held responsible, power stays untouched. If accountability dissolves into abstraction, who benefits most from that disappearance?
Everybody was asking you what happened. So everybody kind of already knew knew that something happened?
I didn't tell a soul.
So you guys had to get the Cadillac painted and patched up and everything from the bullet holes?
And we took it back to the rental car place.
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Was that?
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Yeah.
Did he have to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
His shoulder?
Shoulder, yeah. Kicked his shoulder out of place.
Okay. Does anybody know what happened to the gun?
No, not for sure. Nobody knows exactly what happened to the gun.
What happened, Keefe, did you say they went back? What happened when they went back to the white Cadillac?
Keefe didn't go back to the white Cadillac. He went home by other means. So the white Cadillac and the gun was managed or handled by the rest of the crew. So Keefe wouldn't have had any direct knowledge of what happened unless he heard from one of those guys. He didn't disclose to us what happened.
Do you know what they thought happened to Tupac? Do you know if they thought Tupac was dead at the time? Well, you know anything about their conversations afterwards?
No, Keefe told us that he thought Suge had been shot in the head. And so his impression was likely, at least in that immediate aftermath, he would have thought that, somebody gets shot in the head. Typically that's more than So, you know, the next day, of course, the reports start coming out on the news about Tupac being in the hospital in critical condition. So they would have known as soon as the reports came out that he wasn't dead. I don't know what they thought as far as the shooting. Obviously, Orlando laid down some fire. How many times he shot Tupac, he wouldn't have probably known, but he probably would have known that he hit him.
How did so many people find out what happened so quick?
The fucking the news, MTV, the news with that man Mike Lampkin. You know.
They were talking about you guys?
Shit, they evidently should say Keefy D nephew. People don't know me. Keefy D nephew. Suge told him that. Yeah, like then he called me a rat. Oh, bitch, you been ratting. Oh, yeah. Been ratting. You hired the police. Oh, man. You just did this shit all wrong, buddy.
It's your Connect left town. And Connect got mad at you.
No, that Monday, he called me and told me to meet him at
Former LAPD Detective Greg Kading introduced recorded statements that brought old allegations back to life. Central to them is the claim of a financial motive. But the story breaks down where documentation should begin. No verified transaction, no definitive paper trail. That absence becomes the turning point between rumor and record. In modern justice systems, does truth exist without receipts? Or does the lack of documentation just mark the limit of what power allows to be proven?
They said you wrote 2 verses for Diddy. One was the Let's Get It.
I run this city, send the cops, DA defense to come get me.
I ain't telling him to say that.
And then this one.
Bo knows, but Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beef, shit, Diddy did it.
Jay helped me with that. Jay helped me with that. Jay helped me with that. Jay did that part right there when he said,
cut it out, man.
Shootouts, coastal beef. I wasn't around, but that was like East Coast, West Coast. That was it. And then Keefy D comes out and says,
God damn.
But they said you wrote it and it's him confessing the crime. Did you see this?
No,
did you see
man,
the meme? Look at the meme. Look.
Cats want to leave me for dead. You're coming with me. You're coming with me.
You know, I'm not involved in this.
You wrote those verses for real?
Yeah, we collaborated, me and Jay on that.
We collaborated. Certain lyrics from the late 1990s have resurfaced under new scrutiny. Some interpret them as symbolic confession, others as artistic bravado. Hip-hop has always blurred performance and reality, threat and metaphor. But when art mirrors allegation closely enough, interpretation becomes unavoidable. Is cultural expression a shield that hides intent, or a language through which uncomfortable truths surface when direct speech is too dangerous?
How you feel about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight?
Man, you would get 100 people in the room. And out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Cause people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture.
Gene Deal's accounts introduce a more intimate lens.
Gene Deal's accounts offer a more personal angle, one focused on behavior, repetition, and fixation rather than isolated events. He describes patterns of imitation, overlapping relationships, and blurred rivalry, not proof, but texture. In systems driven by ego and legacy, competition often looks like admiration. When rivalry becomes obsessive, how does that reshape motive? And can psychological patterns ever be weighed alongside legal evidence?
Catch him if you can. If you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album, when you know not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by niggas that you was running with? Why would you do that? Oh, they just wanted to do business. Business my ass, man. No homo. But you know how some of these niggas out here be thinking, right? They hear that. Keep it real, man. Why is he out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory? You got Daddy's House. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded ass niggas like Lil C. Big love Cali. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that nigga would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother. That's my take on it, man. I don't know if you like it or not.
After decades of investigation, speculation, and testimony, the legal conclusion hasn't changed. No charges, no convictions. Prosecutors cite insufficient physical evidence. Defense attorneys point to inconsistent narratives. The law demands certainty, but history often operates without it. If justice depends on proof that never surfaces, does accountability expire? Or does it migrate into public memory, waiting for conditions where truth is no longer too costly to acknowledge?